Yo, coming at you live with zero charisma from my basement. God damn, it's fucking stupid. This January will be 10 years since the death of David Bowie. He was an artist that meant a lot to me, as you can fucking tell. God damn, I can't speak. I thought it was about time I finished his large discography. Let's keep this short. So I'm gonna rank all 26 studio David Bowie albums. You know, whatever. It's my opinion. It's the wrong opinion. I made some not so smart choices, but I'm going to stick to it. I have some opinions which probably don't align with yours on this one. Oh, oops. Oh well. Coming in at number 26, as a surprise to no one, or very few, Pin-Ups. It's a cover. It's a covers album. The biggest sin this album has is it's completely forgettable and passable at best. It also doesn't sound like David Bowie because it's not. It's a covers album. I don't know. It's not very good. If for any reason you were surprised about that pick, you're probably expecting this one at number 25. David Bowie. David Bowie's debut album. Not very good. He definitely released it, and it's an album. The best thing I can say about this album is it reminds me of Pipers at the Gates of Dawn, and if I ever do a Pink Floyd list, probably will. This is, spoilers, not one of my favorites. It's just too British. It's weird. This album is interesting. It's his first. It's kind of folky. That's kind of cool, but I think he does that sound better on his next album. Listen to this if you just want to listen to all the David Bowie albums. Besides that, it's not really worth it. I wouldn't listen to it again, probably. And if for some reason you're still surprised with these picks, you're probably expecting this one at number 24. Never Let Me Down is the 19th. That can't be right. What? Let me count this. 17th. 17th studio album by... Who do you think? Oh my god, what am I talking about? When going through these albums, this is the first time where I was just kind of like, it's okay. It sounds really of its time, which is the biggest complaint, but skimming through it again right now, it's not the worst. It's not the best. It sounds like it was made in the late 80s. This is, when I was going through the list, this is the one I was dreading the most, and honestly, it's not that bad. It's listenable. It's more boring than anything. It's the worst thing about Bowie is it's boring. It's not bad. Moving on. This video fucking sucks. Coming in at number 23, Black Tie, White Noise. I was going to say this reminded me a lot of Never Let Me Down, but then I realized this was the album that came right after it, even though there was a 6-year break, which is probably one of the largest breaks Bowie had until Reality. And I don't know, for some reason I thought there was like 4 albums in between there, but no, this was the next album. It sounds the same. It's also one of Bowie's longest albums, being 4 minutes shy of an hour, and it definitely feels like it because this album was really boring to sit through. It was boring. I don't know what you want me to say. Much like Never Let Me Down, this album also sounds like, I didn't make the Never Let Me Down joke. They let me down. God damn. This album also sounds like it's from the 80s, but it came out in 93. do with that what you will. Coming in at number 23, we have Hours. I kind of have a grudge against this one because I really like Earthlings, and I think it has a really cool like industrial sound. And then the next album, he got rid of it for like a easy listening sound. This album was for a video game, and can't say anything about that. The music kind of sounds boring. Uh, I swear, eventually I'm going to talk about music I like. But speaking of liking, this is the only David Bowie album besides his debut that I did not save a single song off of. It was very boring. And speaking of making music for other forms of media, coming at number 21, we have Buddha of Suburbia, created for a TV show that I don't think anyone's ever seen that I know of. I don't know. I don't know anything about this show. I know that the music is okay. It has the instrumental, experimental. That's fucking weird to say. Experimental, instrumental. It has that music. It reminded me of the Berlin era, but just not as interesting. No Warsaw on this. All right, coming in number 20, probably my first controversial pick. Tonight. I think this album's overhated. There's be a lot of Aladdin Sane, not as good, obviously, but it's good. I think it has some good songs on it. I like Blue Jean. I think the chorus on that's really great. Loving the Alien, pretty fun song. The reggae songs are interesting. I like the Beach Boys cover. It's kind of a throwback to his '70s stuff. It's kind of a throwback to his late '70s stuff. I think it sounds pretty good overall. It's not the best. It's good. Moving on. Just focus. Oh no. Coming in at number 19, David Bowie's ugliest album, Reality. Uh, I think from here on out, all the albums are solid or good or great. I think this is the first like really solid one on the list. Uh, it is a little long. I feel like they could have trimmed a couple songs out, but overall, it's a pretty decent album. There's a couple of hits. Oh no, not hits. I don't think, but there's some songs I like. Bring Me to Disco King is good. New Star Killer is good. I think Pablo Picasso is interesting. There's some other decent songs on there, worth checking out. Uh, I'm glad it wasn't his last album, but it's yeah, serviceable. It's fine. Speaking of long album, what am I looking at? Speaking of long albums, coming at number 18, we have Outside, also known as number 1, Outside, the Nathan Adler Diaries, a Hypercycle, 2001 remaster. I think this one probably has the most potential to grow on the list. Re-listen to some of the songs right now. It's kind of experimental. It's a little harsh and electronic. It was supposed to be like a concept album. It's supposed to be a trilogy. It never happened. I think I need to revisit this one some more. I think it might grow. The future. I think it could be trimmed a little bit, but honestly, a very solid album. Also, I'm Deranged is on the Lost Highway soundtrack, so give that movie a listen, a watch. Coming in at number 18. Nope, number 17. This may be a controversial pick. I don't know. We have The Man Who Sold the World. One thing I need to say is Rate Your Music has the American cover for this album, and it is one of the ugliest things. Why? Uh, this is one of David Bowie's more rock oriented. It's a little bit heavier albums, and I don't know. It doesn't mesh with me well for the most part. It's just kind of it's good. I like the opener. I think that one's really good. If this album didn't have the title track on it, I don't think it would be as high. And honestly, this isn't even my favorite version of it. I do like the Nirvana version better, but also there's the Changes Now Bowie version where it's more acoustic, stripped back version. I think that's my favorite version. My my biggest problem with this song is this the shaker. What was that? I don't know what that's called. You know, can I do that motion? This thing, that thing. It's too loud in the mix, and it bugs me. Other than that, it's a great song. Next. Coming in at number 16, we have what was probably my biggest surprise going into this list was David Bowie, also known as the Space Oddity album. Uh, I've always heard David Bowie's early work being described as not very good, but honestly, I kind of love this album, and it should probably be higher. I just need to listen to it a little more. Uh, I'm not even a big folk guy. Uh, I like this better than any Bob Dylan album. I've listened to quite a few. It's a really good folk rock album. It's great, and it has Space Oddity on it. And check this one out if you haven't. Honestly, it's all right. Coming in at number 15, we have Heathens. I really love the first half of this album. That first song is great. It's so spacey. I think this is one of the best produced albums of Bowie's later career. It sounds great. At least the first half does. Also, the when the drums kick in that first song, it's great. Also has that Pixies cover. I love the Pixies. Does a good job. This Neil Young one that's not as good. Still good. And then I don't know, like halfway through, he just kind of loses it. It loses that like spacey, far out vibe, and I don't know. It just this album takes everything that Hours did and just kind of perfects it in a way. This is just Hours but good, and I wish it was better. It had potential. I'm a little bummed out by this one, but you know, it does have its moments. Coming in at number 14, another album that should probably be higher if I listen to it more. Sorry. The Next Day. If Heathens was Hours but good, this is Heathens but good. But good. This is the most just straight solid Bowie's album of all time. This is just the most middle of the road Bowie album. There's not really any bad songs. Some good songs, not really any great standout songs, but it's a good listen. Coming in at number 13, we have what's considered David Bowie's weakest album of the Berlin trilogy, and probably his weakest album of his like golden era, which is larger. I think Fantastic Voyage is a really fun song. So is Yassassin. I think that was a fun mix. It's kind of fun to sing along to. Also DJ. DJ's a fun song. Catchy chorus, some good guitar work in it. There's a few songs I'm not crazy about on this album, but overall it's a very good listen, worth checking out. It's the weakest of his golden era, though. That's why it's whatever number we're on now. That's why it's that number. I think we've reached the part of the list where things can really just switch on day to day, however I'm feeling that day. Currently, I'm feeling number 12. I'm sorry, it's Diamond Dogs. It's good. It's really good. But like I don't know, like the middle of it just kind of doesn't really connect much with me. I mean, Of course, the song Diamond Dogs is great. Rebel Rebel is great. I'm a big 1984 fan. I think that song slept on too much. It has a great chorus. Same thing with Big Brother. I think those songs are slept on. But like Rock and Roll with Me and Sweet Thing and Candidate and Weird Dead, they're just, you know, they're just kind of there. I like them. I think they're good songs, but are they good Bowie songs? I don't know. They're good. I think they kind of bring the album down a little bit, but they're not bad songs. I mean, I'm a hack fraud. What do you want me to say? Coming in at number 11, I hate to say this, but it's Let's Dance. I think Let's Dance suffers a similar problem with Diamond Dogs, where it has two really great songs, Modern Love and one of my all-time favorite David Bowie songs, the title track, Let's Dance. And then there's two really good songs, which are China Girl and Cat People. And then everything else is just kind of forgettable and kind of drags the album down. I wish I could put this higher because I love those songs so much, but the rest of the album just isn't that good. As an album, there are better albums. And if you don't like the song Let's Dance, you are it. Never mind. This may be shocking to some people, but coming in at number 10, Earthlings. This is probably a lot higher than what other people would put it, but I actually really love this album. I've been getting into a lot of like more harsh electronic music, like Prodigy, Model Actress, stuff like that, recently, and it's just like a really good, like kind of breakbeat album, and I don't know, it's just a really solid album through and through. Great album, check it out. This is probably the most underrated David Bowie album, or in this case, is my overrated one because you probably don't agree with this, or you haven't listened to it, and you should. Do it. Coming in at number 9, we have Scary Monsters and Super Freaks. Super Creeps, sorry. Don't offend the freaks. A 3-song run of Scary Monsters, Ashes to Ashes, and Fashion are just so good. There really is. I also love It's No Game, but those 3 songs, all 3 of them have a great chorus. It's so fun to sing along to. They're just such great songs. I think the end of this album is a step down. It's still good, but you know, definitely this is like a must-listen Bowie album. Okay, remember at the beginning of the video where I said like I'm a stupid idiot or something and I have bad opinions? Well, prepare yourself. You promised you won't get mad, but number 8 is Ziggy Stardust. I'm just kidding. It's Hunky Door, but now you're probably not as mad. Maybe more. Who knows? I'm really conflicted on this album. On one hand, I think Life on Mars is probably like a top 5 greatest song ever written, ever. And Changes is like not far behind it. But then there's so many just on this album he wrote primarily using the piano, and I don't know. I just can't really. There's something about those songs that I just can't, you know? I like them. They're good. I don't think they're great. I don't think, like, 8-Line Poem, the song for Bob Dylan, even, like, Quicksand, they're just kind of, they're good. Maybe I heard them too much. I listened to this album a bit in high school. But my least favorite one is Kooks. I never liked that one. I'm sorry. And I think those songs really bring this album down, and I hate to say it because I really do love Life on Mars. I think it's a top 5 song, as I said, but Queen Bitch is also great. I'm sorry. If you're upset about this, you may be a little more upset about my next choice also. It's not Stardust, so don't worry about that. Coming in at number 7, we have Young Americans, please forget. Don't look at don't remember what I said before this. Don't look at don't look down at what this is above. This is a great album. I don't think people like this album as much for whatever reason, but I actually really do love this album. It's funky, groovy. I'll never get tired of the title track. Also, Right, I think is a severely underrated Bowie song. It grooves. It is a little repetitive, but like it's kind of like how funk is kind of sometimes. It's a great album. And Fame, it's Fame. Come on, like this album's overhated. I'm sorry. I do really like this album. The one thing I hold against it is, Can You Hear Me and Somebody Up There Likes Me. I feel like those are just kind of a step down. Also, the Beatles cover, Across the Universe. I think that version is better than the Beatles version, and it's not even close, and I'm whatever. Coming in at number 6. Man, that feels too low, but then, he has all those other albums. But we got Aladdin Sane. This album just straight rips. It's such a good album. Every song on here is just great. It's so much fun to listen to. This album, if you asked me like a couple of years ago, this album probably would have been like number 2 or 3. But I don't know. I think I listened to it too much, and I got a little tired of some of the songs. But overall, I gave this album a break. Re-listened to it recently. It's just such a good time. What a great album. This is, if you don't know, this is David Bowie's like American album. He went to America, inspired by that. The most underrated track is Timed. Go have a few drinks, scream your heart out to this song. You'll never forget it. Okay, coming in number 5, it's Heroes. The main reason this album's this high is side 2. I love the ambient stuff. It's just so good. Brian Eno's work on this album with Bowie is just phenomenal work. The title track, I said Life on Mars is top 5. This is probably also up there. The climax of that song is just something else. Also, the chorus of Beauty and the Beast is just a lot of fun to sing along to. Check this out. Give this second side some love. The ambient stuff needs some more attention. Okay, so based on everything I've said so far, we're in the top 4. Okay, we're in the top 4, so like any day, any of these albums could probably be number 1. But in your head, just picture what you think try and let me fucking bait comment engagement. Post a comment to say what you think my number 1 is, and then post another comment whether or not you got it right. God, cringe. Oh no. If you posted Black Star, you're wrong. Number 4 is Black Star. This album is basically perfect. Once again, the title track I think is one of the best songs ever written. I probably wouldn't go that high because like your grandma's not gonna listen to this and enjoy it. Probably it's too experimental, but I personally love this song. This is one of my favorite Bowie songs. Same with Lazarus. Just such, like, even as like a piece of art, this album is great. I think the second half is like a quarter of a step down in quality. I don't think it's as good, but it's still great. This album's kind of chaotic and all over the place, but but at the same time, it's like really congeals well, and it's Black Star, man. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking punch my balls. God. Oh, I can't put that in. Oh, that hurt. Holy shit. Ow. God. Fuck. Oh no. How do I fucking continue? Drumming on this album, it really is great. I can't speak. Whatever. It's Black Star. Also, apparently, David Bowie helped get LCD Sound System back together, so respect for that. Oh no, this video's turning cringe. It's cringe now. Fucking posting cringe. Number three. Ziggy Stardust. I'm sorry. If you've never listened to David Bowie, but for some reason watched this whole video, this is the album you should probably start with. It's the most accessible, and it's probably his best, but in this case it's third best, but it is his best. You know, I have three problems with it. It ain't easy. Star. Hang yourself. What the fuck? Hang on to yourself. Ooh, and then a different song. They just kind of killed the momentum of the album. I mean, this is supposed to be like a concept album and loose concept. It just they don't fit. I don't think those songs fit the album. I think the album would be a lot better without those songs. They're fine songs. I don't think they fit. I think 5 Years and Rock and Roll Suicide are some of David Bowie's most underrated songs. I've said that too many times now. Uh, I love 5 Years. I love Rock and Roll Suicide, especially Rock and Roll Suicide. It's one of my favorite songs to play on guitar. And I just kind of realized, like, right now, Bowie usually doesn't end his albums on like a big climax high note. Usually his last songs are kind of just like I don't want to say throwaway, but usually the weakest songs are towards the end. But I really like how Rock and Roll Suicide closes this album out on like a big like theatric high note. And moving on. All right, do the math. Which ones haven't I included? Here we go. Which one's it going to be if you've been paying attention? Number two is Low. Does this make me a hipster? Put this as high? I don't know. When I first heard this album, I did not like it, like, at all. For some reason, I thought it was like, even like after I listened to it, I thought it was like mostly instrumental. I went back and listened to it. Like, he sings on basically every song. I don't know why I thought that. And I thought, like, oh, what's a David Bowie without David Bowie's voice? You know, who cares? It's a great album. It has some of the best synth work, some of the best production, and like the best ambient song of all time, Warsaw. I love that song. Also, I cannot get enough of Sound and Vision. I think that has one of the best melodies, one of the best melodic lines. The more you listen to this album, just the better it gets. Which leaves number one. All right, if you've been keeping track, you know what number one is. The ultimate hipster take, Station to Station. I much like Low, I did not like this album on my first listen. I did not like this album on my first listen. Like, well, I enjoyed it, but it took me like 3 years to realize I like kind of love it, and it wasn't until this year I realized it's probably my favorite. I think this album is perfect. If there's two things I love, it's weird dark music and funky music, and this album pulls it off. Station to Station, great song. When those drums kick in, there's nothing better than Golden Years. If you're having a bad time during Golden Years, I don't know, take a look at yourself. And then Word on a Wing, great song. TVC 15, it's kind of a goofy song, but it's also like incredibly catchy and funky. Then Stay, some of the best guitar work. And then he closes it out with a cover. It's great. I don't know. That's it. That's the list. I give up. I have a lot of respect for David Bowie. I think he's one of the best songwriters, one of the best vocalists, lyricists. And just all around pretty cool dude. He was also in an episode of SpongeBob. That's it. Bye.